Hi, this is Cameron. In this video, I'd like to show you how to implement a sign-in with Google using the Jetpack Compose in your Android application. To create a very simple login and home screen like this and a logout button. It's very powerful for you to use this Firebase feature because it's very simple and quite fast to implement. So let's begin to implement. Once you create a project, I'm separating a few folders: model, view model, and then also the util folder. So I'm explaining one by one. In the model sign-in result, it's like this, and then that has the user data and error message. The user data basically the kind of the basic property: user ID, username, profile picture URL, and email. And sign-in result will hold it with error message if it exists. And sign-in state is the state like if it's login successful, boolean value initiated as true, and then sign-in error string to be null to be initiated. And the util, there is the Google Auth UI client.kt file, but this is going to be explained later. In the view model, sign-in view model, sign view model basically have sign result and sign-in state. And also the view model, as usual, so sign-in view model is inherit the view model class, and state is basically sign-in state. It's mutable state flow, and the sign state was this, and it's going to be corrected. It's going to be the state flow, the public value, and sign result was user data and error message. So this on sign result, if the data is not null and is sign-in successful is true, and sign result, sign error is like from the sign result. Here is the composable, the home screen. Home screen is very simple. I have one string is passing, and the logout callback. Whenever this button is clicked, it's gonna let the user log out. So this function is basically pass from the main activity. And this is a sign screen, basically main screen kinda in this tutorial. Again, the sign-in state is this has a hold of boolean value. Sign screen have it as a state, and this I'm calling the context in the local context and launch effect. If state of sign error is updated, then I'm showing the toast. And in the main screen content, the box makes everything in the center like this, and then the column, there is a logo image. I'm just took it from like free logo image, and to do that I go to the resource manager and logo test and import drawable and import it from my local folder like PNG in this example, and then I call like that. And there's a spacer and a text welcome login to proceed, and there's another spacer, and then after that there is a button to let the user log in with a sign with Google. This is a role like I'm preparing the button. Inside there's an image like a Google logo. I took it also from the official website. And on sign in click is basically it's gonna use like this util class. So before we do that, let's go to the Gradle file. I need to have this is the application level Gradle file. Plug in Google GMS or Google services, and then this is the project level Gradle file. You need to also add these lines to allow the Firebase library. So here is the Firebase library, analytics, Auth, and the services Auth, something like that. This is a life cycle, view model, and a coil. And this is a navigation compose, Firebase. You need to download the Google services.json as usual, and go to the project and under the app folder. you just need to add that file. And just for the instruction, this is basically what I explained just now. Go to the app again, Android again, and then go to the project level Gradle file. So like it's instructed, just copy and paste those lines. But if you want to add the authentication in this tutorial, you also need to add the Firebase Auth dependencies like I did in here. So let's go back to the util Google Auth UI client class, so which holds the context and the sign-in client. Sign-in client is basically the dependencies from this library. This is the auth firebase.auth, and there is a suspend function sign-in which returns the intent sender. So this is from this sign-in client.begin sign-in and build sign-in request away. So it's gonna prepare the pop-up UI. And this is the sign-in with intent. This is also suspend function. It takes the intent and the credential, get the credential Google ID token, and create a Google credential with Google ID token. And user is basically auth.sign with credential .away user. So if user exists, then I'm just populate the user data class that I created in a model folder. If there is no user, there is error, then just populate sign-in result with the data as no and error message as either message. This again, like sign out function is just like this. So you can just copy and paste. Get sign-in user is getting the current user from auth and populate and return the user data. So this is the build sign-in request. Build sign-in request is, you can just copy and paste, but you need to set the client ID, the server client ID. This is basically you can take it from web client ID. You can take it from the Google services.json. So I'm just copy that value and paste it in the strings.xml here. So finally, I go to like a main activity. Main activity nav host is needed. I created the nav controller as remember nav controller, and I have a two composable. One is home, and I'm accessing the shared preference like this. And home screen, I'm showing the email if there is the email in the shared preference. And there's another composable sign in, which takes the view model and then correct view model as a state with lifecycle. And this is the launch effect. So whenever the view is created, go to this and just check the sign-in user, current sign-in user. If it's null, then just send the user to the home screen. And whenever the state is sign-in successful changed, I'm just checking the value. If it's true, that means user successfully logged in. So I'm make a toss and the current user and update the shared preference or whatever you want here. And send the user to navigate to the home screen. So this is the launcher, remember launcher for activity results. So this is some kind of callback. If start intent sender result, then on the result, if the result okay, then Google Auth client or sign in with intent is called. And I'm passing this sign in result in a view model on sign in result function. This is the sign screen. State is passed, and on sign in quick, I'm calling the lifecycle.launch Google Auth UI client sign in with the intent sender, and then passing this intent sender in the intent sender request of builder and top build. That's it. I'm pretty much it. for our implementation. Then I'm gonna show you the manifest.xml, but there is nothing to change. So you can start building the project and to see how it goes. So this is the final build application. Just log in the home screen, but it's quite helpful for you to know how to implement this kind of Firebase login because it's very, very powerful. So if you like this video, hit the like button and please subscribe my channel. See you in the next video. Happy prototyping. Bye bye.